What up, familia? It's your favorite Puerto Rican Brooklyn Philly here, and I just wanted to jump on here with a message for this solar eclipse, right? And I have a specific question for Spirit, right, for my ancestors and my guides regarding what what in specific, you know, do we need to? Will this solar eclipse bring to the surface that possibly we need to look at in terms of transformation and to enter into our new beginnings, right? The next chapter of our lives of this journey, right? So without further ado, I'm going to jump right in. I already cleansed all these cards with Palo Santo and my homemade spray, and of course that spirit, right, for guidance. And again, I do this. I just heard I do this for the gram, and I don't even do Instagram like that. So maybe there's this spirit of doing stuff for. Doesn't that mean something to young people? I know it does. Well, I'm sure not just young people, but I guess, you know, it's not my colloquialism necessarily as an adult who didn't grow up with this. Now I'm getting into this stuff. But doing it for the gram is a song, right? It's from I'm hearing verses, do this for my right? Family. So in air, I'm hearing putting on an air, a facade. Wow, is it as strong as a facade? Let's see, the first card that jumped out here, enlightenment. You know, I'm being told to look it up real quick. Do this for the gram. So it's either something relating to the actual song, the quote. Now I'm hearing the other type of gram. When someone does something primarily for the purpose of sharing it on Instagram or other social media platforms. Okay. So in this, I don't know why I felt like it necessarily had to have like a negative connotation to it. Like if it was, you heard me say facade or for clout or something like that. Is there something else? So yeah, see, this one takes it a little further. Instagram or other social media platforms rather than for the experience itself, right? So now I'm thinking of like those individuals who, you know, take pictures of everything. They're going out to a restaurant, they got to take pictures of the food. They go out with their kids, they got to take it. So, you know, they go out on a date with their friends. And it's not that there's anything wrong with uh, taking the photos and stuff, but there is this thing that I notice sometimes that when I'm busy trying to record, even like at a graduation I went to of my nephews this past year, that it kind of, now I'm viewing it through this lens as opposed to just enjoying the experience. There is something about that. So maybe we're receiving enlightenment about that, right? There's this young person, hands lifted up, like almost questioning. And then this person is interesting. I don't know why their hands have become a focal point for me, but you know, one's hands is like standing out, like what's up, I'm hearing, and the other one is like calm, like woosah, right? So one feels like anxious, and then one feels like calming, and then one feels like I'm reaching out to grab something, and the other one is like I'm honing within, reflecting within, and that there is going to be this. So in the solar eclipse, right, the sun, I think is very interesting that this card is a yellow card, rain, and there goes the sun shining down rays, right? Yeah, so the solar eclipse is going to bring some sort of enlightenment. Um, but I'm hearing from above of like a otherworldly experience. Interestingly enough, some clarification, you know. And now I'm hearing the sun god Ra, right? Which would be associated with ancient Egypt. I don't know. So maybe we'll be making some discoveries, or we'll hear something. Some, I don't know. I'm just iconic iconography. Interesting. That will be publicized worldwide. That is going to shed some light and some enlightenment to something we've been told. Now, what's interesting, this seems very primitive. He seems like he's, like tribal, very before clothes time, before, us, now I'm seeing Tarzan, where he's like this, and then, then he was told to dress with a suit and shoes and everything, right? But he found that in his more primal state, he was more effective, right, in the jungle. Interesting. I don't know where that's coming from. And two more flew out here. Self-worth and joy. So this enlightenment that we're about to receive, whether it's on a global level like that, or just individualistically, personally, I'm hearing both now. I mean, it's interesting. We have like this aura, these waves and these rays here, and we also have it here, right? And it's interesting because it's kind of like here he's asking, here is dealing with self-worth, and this ray is honing in on that root issue I'm hearing. And here now her hands are like this hands went from out here to now praise. I'm hearing when praises go up, blessings go down, come down, right? And then sunflowers, right? A lot of sun, right? Solar eclipse, that's what we're talking about. So the solar eclipse is coming to bring some sense of enlightenment to your life regarding your sense of self-worth and how it is attached to your inner joy. The significance of the sun god Ra in specific, I'm hearing. And even the sunflower, and when I think of the sunflower, if you know, I think of the goddess Oshun. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional because the song that's playing out now, I am, my ethnicity is Puerto Rican. There's something about your ethnicity, your sense of self-worth also being attributed to some ancient knowledge, maybe in your lineage, that's going to reveal more about your lineage. That is going to, now I'm hearing how in, because when I think of ethnicity, the only other people that I know personally in my limited U.S. mentality understanding, I'll put that disclaimer out there, but I think of Jewish, of the Jewish understanding of their ethnicity and their sense of pride, and their emphasis on continuing that trajectory, right? And attributing it to all the way back to the Abrahamic faith, right? And claiming that lineage from back then. I'm here in comparison to many of us black, brown individuals who have also suffered a diaspora, or the impacts of being a diaspora people, right, who have been separated and taken from their land and left them without a sense of home or attachment. Now I'm thinking of the movie I watched last night, which made me very emotional and took me back to my childlike essence, which was E.T. The movie E.T. is about the alien, the extraterrestrial. And, all I heard just now was ouch, right? When he pointed to his heart, that not being home, not having a sense, not being home, this sense of home, missing that home, gave him an ouch. That let him, that hurt, right? That was the ouch, right? Ouch, right? An extraterrestrial, right? This alien of sorts, that this, Elliot tried to find it on his home on the uh, the globe and then on the solar system, and he said, no, I don't belong to neither of that shit. My home is out further. And he put the fruits or the clay or whatever. Sorry, here it goes again. This is the crescendo to our Mark Anthony sings this about this song. And my daughter's, interestingly enough, Sweet 16, we took a clip of this and she danced it. I take a lot of sense of, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, there's a longing for home. This solar eclipse is really bringing that to the surface for many of us. And maybe it's a literal physical home, like for me with my island, and the sense of peace I feel, and how I miss it, and how I feel when I visit it, interestingly enough. But then also this internal, the seat of the heart, the seat of the soul I'm hearing. And when we're detached, when we feel like we have no sense or no connection to home, how it really like fucks with your inner peace and your guidance and your purpose and your vision. Hence, I think them computer. Puerto Rico. Sorry guys, I mean, this is just it for me. Yeah, not sorry. Yeah. Hey, it's a spirit. If it's coming out, it's coming out. Quiero Puerto Rico, yo te quiero Puerto Rico. I just got mad chills up. So I don't know, maybe some of you are from like Jamaica, Haiti, other parts of the world. I'm hearing, and maybe you are along in Santo Domingo, Cuba. I don't know. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there who are longing for their home, right? Who like E.T. are saying, ouch. There's a sense of ouch. There's a discombobulation. There's a disconnect. And the beautiful thing I'm hearing is that this solar eclipse is going to reconnect, is going to illuminate, provide clarity, right? This sense of like belonging again, this sense of sitting back home at the chair, at the head of your throne, right? Your inner throne, right? Your inner you. Yeah. And understanding how it is attached to joy, right? And prosperity. One of the things that we clearly saw with the Jewish diaspora, right? Or the, after Germany apologized and gave them back like wealth, and yeah, I was just saying, not to make a comparison, but they're like, yeah, it's I'm not making it up, in comparison to many of us are still waiting for the 40 acres and a mule. There have been no reparations. There have been no leg up, right? Why is that coming? So maybe there is going to be some enlightenment, some illumination about that, some kind of iconography. Yeah, that's not my everyday verbiage. I mean, I know it. I studied it in Egypt and in history, and I am, especially when I went to Egypt. The visual images and symbols used in the work of art or the study of interpretation of these, a collection of illustrations or portraits. The visual images, symbols, or modes of representation collectively associated with a person, cult, or movement. Yeah, when I traveled to Egypt and I climbed Mount Sinai, I went to a monastery, an important monastery. I don't remember his name. I visited a college, an institution. I visited, what do they call it? Not Orthodox, their church over there. I don't know why. Nevertheless, but one of the things that we did was visit a lot of sites that had iconography, right? So something, I said it here, you heard it here, something is going to reveal itself, or will be revealed to the world. Or even, since we're seeing it that it's to this one person, maybe in your dreams, right? Downloads, your ancestors, your guides. But this is in order to bring you back, because again, one of the things that you notice about families, individuals who know who they are and where they belong and have a sense of belonging and to a people and an attachment, that they do tend to prosper. They do tend to do much better, as opposed to someone who feels there's no, they don't know, even know who they are, where they belong to. They have no affinity to something. There is a sense of pride when you hear someone say, well, I did my, I don't know, DNA roots, and I found out that I belong to the long lost tribe of Samunda. Well, I, I belong to, I come from a lineage of, I don't know, root workers, herbalists. Because it gives you a her context, affinity, sense of home. Yeah, it gives you this sense of pride. The same kind of pride I felt just now when they were singing, like, about Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm hearing, if you don't act like you don't understand, think about patriotism, right? We even see it in something like that. Right, we see it when people rep, like different states they from, like, hence my name, Puerto Rican, Brooklyn, Philly, is because I'm repping Puerto Rico, where I was born, Brooklyn, where I was raised, and Philly, where I was cultured, right? Like, all of them are significant and important to me, and represent certain aspects of me, and even show why I may think or respond, or, so there's something about that. I just heard, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Yeah, so a sense of home. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. Yes, this sense of acceptance. This beauty. And look, there's this spirit. Maybe it's your higher self, an ancestor, spirit guide. You're being protected, and it's look, they're looking at, while you're, give me a sec, people. Sherry is her name. I don't know why, because now I'm seeing her, right? Sherry, she's like a waitress, right? Which would seem, maybe to some insignificant, right? But there's something about it. It's going to be sweet as cherry pie, this revelation. And then I'm thinking, how when you said I don't know, what's that, sliced bread, like, look, she's in deep contemplation. She sliced that cherry pie, and I don't know. I'm hearing for some of you it's going to be just like that, like something so mundane, a simple act like a slicing of a cherry pie. I'm seeing in those movies when you see that happen to the person, they'll slice into something, or they'll a certain event to happen, and then all of a sudden they get flashbacks, or they envision. Now I'm seeing that scene in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, no, that's why it was Jekyll. I was trying to say Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but it's really Sherlock Holmes. That's why it came out Shekel. And shekels now. Shekels is an old word for money, right? For coinage. Shekels, interesting. Is a Hebrew origin. Used in ancient Israel and the Middle East, which to me is a money, wealth, which to me is a misnomer, right? The Middle East. Come on now. When we use terminology like the Middle East, we're negating that it's either Asia or Africa. You're purposely not trying to name one or the other. right? F that, right? So there's something beautiful that's going to be revealed about that geographical area, or from that geographical area, that is going to provide an immense enlightenment to a people, a sense of self-worth, and bring joy. And they're reminding me again of the sunflower that I never got to quite get it out. I don't believe, I would have to rewind, but the sunflower reminds me of the goddess Oshun, or the Orisha Oshun, depending on how you view her. But I just heard she is to be viewed, right? If you know, you know. I shall. Oh, I just got tingles up and down my body, and the whole cranium is lighting up. You hear bing, 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 like if it could be seen under a mic, under that scan that takes the scan of the brain. You would see the cortex is kind of like, I'm hearing like a Simon Says beaming up right now, and that's what's going to happen, is an enlightenment of like that sort. It's going to light up neural pathways, neuropathy, interesting, neuroplasticity, right? That's the understanding now that we know that the brain, even into old age, can learn and form, right? Concepts, ideologies. Yeah, and it's gonna, I'm hearing, create this radical self-acceptance, self-worth. That's what we can expect. Mm. And it's going to, I'm hearing it's like a turn on switch. It's interesting, all of these waves. Like I'm just heard osmosis, through osmosis. Interesting, through osmosis. The process by which water molecules move through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. This process occurs in order to equalize the solute concentrations on both sides of the membrane. Like, stop, it's insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Yo, this is going to do something. I just heard globally, cosmically, like a mass awakening. People's brains are going to literally be lighting up, and it's going to be as simple as osmosis. Something that I'm hearing for years, hundreds of years, have been blocked. Like a shield has been covering it, but it's disintegrating. And right now I'm talking about equalizing it, right? One upper from, look, now I'm hearing upper Egypt and lower Egypt. If you understand, they divide the brain and stuff like that in the form of thinking, left brain, right? There's this, I don't know, atomic bang that's going to happen. Yo, I know it sounds, listen, I believe, Lord, I believe, and help my unbelief, right? I receive, yes. And I'm hearing it's like, as above, so below, as without, so within. It's this alignment. I don't know why I'm seeing like this alignment, right? Now I'm seeing the Congo cosmogram, which is kind of like this with a circle. And again, about an ancient tribal people. I just heard Congolese, right? That is going to take you back to, didn't I say that this young man here seemed primordial? Is that the word, right? Or what would be considered primitive, like times. But there's something about, yes, getting back to that root, right, where we are able to navigate based on our instinct. And then look at this. This is the sun and this is the moon. Again, is this, right? Oh, the eclipse. I just heard straight up to your face, right? Yes. It's solar eclipse, and it's, remember, it was sandwiched like not too long ago. It was a lunar eclipse. There's, yeah, these, it's like this crossing is powerful. This alignment is going to tremendously impact the self-worth, the seat of the soul, which is going to bring in a radical self-acceptance and immense joy as a result. Because I mean, you see people who understand their history, or who at least attach themselves to like some sort of privilege, they walk different, they talk different, they hold their head up high different. You know, one of the things that, you know I noticed, and I haven't been the one to discover it or anything, but it, you know, there does seem, you know, when I heard it, I began to kind of make sure I paid attention to it, and I've seen it, is even in the way, you know, cultures cross the street, you can tell, even depending on the region of the area you're in, you know, um, when I'm more in a white predominated neighborhood, they walk across the street. They don't look to you to stop. They assume, you know, presume you're going to stop. They walk, you know, even I'm hearing getting stopped by the cops, you know, the jokes is always like, white person gets stopped by the cop. Well, why are you stopping me? What's up? Like, what's good? Like, they cocky with it, where, you know, other cultures, hands on the wheel, can I reach in there? And there's nothing funny about that, and it's fucking real. Lives really do matter, right? And it is a matter of life and death for many of us. So, you know, I remind my son on a daily. So, but yeah, when you think you're privileged, or you think that you come from a specific amount of money, a specific place, you can attach that to something. It does do something to you. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Okay. Mm, interesting. Oh my God, look what's under here. Completion. Yeah. It's completing a cycle. This cycle of mourning is putting to rest maybe this lack of self-acceptance, this doubt, or right, this is a deceased ancestor, she's crying, or a maid, or whoever. But, and remember, I said something about an ancient lineage. Going back and revisiting that is going to bring complete full picture of it. And look it under here again. Victim, right? I don't know. I'm just hearing it's putting to rest this victim mentality once and for all. It's a dog eat dog world. That's what I just heard. Right? Where maybe you always felt like you were the victim, right? And rightly so, for so many different reasons. I get it too, but it doesn't help, right? You know, I've been having a conversation with somebody that how we feel about ourselves, we, you know, immute that, right? That radiates from us, kind of like osmosis. People sense it. It's like an aroma, a fragrance, and then they treat you accordingly. So there's and this kind of solar, not kind of, this solar eclipse is going to put an end to this. It's going to bury it, complete it once and for all. I just heard congratulations. It's that rap song, Congratulations, by that rapper. Oh, it's a younger rapper, that's why I don't know his name, like a newer. Oh, what's his name? Post Malone. Congratulations by Post Malone. Yup. It's some about featuring Quavo. See, I knew it was newer people, you know, for me. But congratulations. Post Malone lyrics. I don't know, it's something in the lyrics. Let's see. My mama called, see you on TV, son. Said shit done changed ever since we was on. I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, there's this sense, yeah, right? It's deading that, it's making it, it's feeling this joy. Yeah. And I'm hearing this sense of self-acceptance. And I'm hearing it's something to do with your lineage too, finally. Like you were the cherry pie. You were the slice that came to do this, right? Once and for all, daddy, like look at all this coldness. No, heating that self-worth, you know what I mean? Activating that again. Yeah, through this enlightenment, through this instinctual nature. Like, yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that song. I like that song by Post Malone. Congratulations, vibes with it. Yeah. I just heard, I hear it when I feel mighty low sometimes. I put it on. It's true. I just saw the bamboo shoot, which is flexible, right? What else, Spirit? What else? Any other messages? Patience. And I'm hearing you've been patient. It took, look, decades. Now I just heard these are centuries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 centuries? 9 centuries. That's 900 years. Look, and she's pregnant. So 9 generations back, 900 years of lineage. Yeah, look at the 7. Yeah, there's something significant. Also with moon cycles, that's what we're talking about. Look, it's a rebirth. Yeah, I'm telling you. There's this sense of rebirth. Camels can endure for long times, right? They store water. They can endure in drought, right? And then there's lion, but then he's playing the flute. Ten, again, completion. Why do I feel like there's something more? So he's coming from within the lion. So maybe there was years of anger and roaring and rage. Look at the redness, right? Again, having to do with the self-worth. And, usually, now I'm hearing like the Pied Piper. Right? My dog sees something. The Pied Piper. It's calming. It's soothing that spirit. He sees an animal. I just heard the animal on my mailbox. So it's a squirrel or something, more than likely. It'd be interesting to see what he sees. There was definitely an animal. I don't know. I'm intrigued. It may be symbolic. It's a squirrel. They seem to F with him here for some reason. I don't know why. He has a thing with them, and they seem to come up on my porch just to mess with him. And I mean, I've lived here for 24 years, and they never really did that until I got him. So there's something, right? The lion is wrong. It's something that maybe antagonized you, agitated you. Right? The very presence of it. And now this is coming to calm that, to soothe that. Right? And this is the last. Oh, look, these are the other 2 cards that came out. Integration, yes. And harmony. Like, stop playing. Like, I can't make. Yes, this is a rebirth. Yes, it's coming to do a whole integration and bring harmony. And I'm hearing, right, these are all external coming to oneness, but then internally too. Look again, look at that. Those, remember, we see all those rays, there's osmosis almost, right? This is between the heart and the third eye, right? There's this alignment that is happening now. And that's the other thing. And it, again, I said the seat of the heart, right? I did indicate that, right? Early on, right? Who sits on the throne of that heart, right? And I know that's so beautiful. It is to bring this inner peace, this inner harmony. It is for the purpose of integration, the masculine and the feminine, the bird and the swan. Oh, he is really ugly. Go lay down. He is mad that this squirrel is on our property. There's something to that. There is something about that. So very overprotective, territorial. Maybe that's how you're going to become. Anything that comes to invade. Go lay down. Anything that comes to invade. No. Go lay down, BK. Invade or disturb that peace. Kind of like what he's doing. No. Go lay down. He's not gonna stop. Come here, big boy. Come here. Come here. What's the matter? Come here. Come here. Yeah, shake it off. It's good. Come here. Come here. Come here, big boy. Come here. He wants to go chase that squirrel. No. Come here. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's where it needs to end, because he's not going to stop. Maybe that is the message that we needed to hear, that this solar eclipse is primary focus, right? I asked for what specific. My nose is itching. My ancestors are definitely agreeing. Chills are going up my spine to my cranium again. It's tingling. It is this, it's an enlightenment that is going to be directly related to your sense of self-worth, whether it's on a literal, metaphorical, all of the above. I saw it as grand scale, as we're actually going to see something on the news, some type of iconography is going to be exposed, or dug up, or excavated, I just heard, or discovered, that is going to put a new sense of lineage, heritage, inheritance, a line, some sense that is going to assist with your sense of self-worth, which will bring in a tremendous amount of joy. And all of this is aligning. Again, I see the alignment of this sun and this moon. It's doing it on a microscopic level, all the way down to, like I just said, your neurons, neuroplasticity, your DNA. I just heard cellular level, and expanding like an atomic bang, as great and as large and as wide as ET's planet, wherever he's from, right? It is bringing to completion this ouch, right? That, I just heard again, I'm coming home. You're going to feel at home again. You're going to take proper seat. Now I'm seeing like the, coming to America, now I'm hearing, again, not just Zamunda, was the Black Panther, right? Like, it's this sense of pride, this affinity, this lineage, this historicity. You becoming the, I just heard, oh, captain, my captain, the captain of your soul again, right? Being led again, once again, by your instincts, your primal instincts, getting back to your essence, recovering that somehow. That's so beautiful. I can't, words can't express. Yeah. I want to leave us with one oracle card. And then, yeah, I bleed green on to watch my Eagles game too. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I just thought of Patriots again. Because I thought of Tom Brady. He's going to be an anchor person, a spokesman now. The Buccaneers are playing against us, the Eagles. So maybe all of that is coming to mind. But one oracle card. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful message. Thank you for this eclipse. Thank you for how you move the heaven and the skies and the stars above to align your people, how you love us, how you care for us, how you're always there for us. Y'all, I thank you. I bless your holy name. There is none like you in all heaven and all earth. And I'm talking about the oneness, right? This oneness that is so many kind of, that permeates through it like osmosis through everything, right? What's the card that came out? Center. Yes, I told you, yo, this is crazy. It's bringing us back to our center. Look at that. This is gorgeous. That's what's the title of this. This solar eclipse is centering us, right? It's bringing us back to this center. Yes. And I am going to read it from the book because there is a message there for us. Center, 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 centre. I don't know why I wanted to say it like that. Centre, center. Earthly meaning, do not confuse selfishness with self-centering. Being your bring your well-being, your values, your future, and your loves to the center of your world. Break the hold of objects, habits, or relationships that insist you revolve around their needs and demands. Being centered makes you stronger and more balanced, right? We talked about that, right? This equilibrium. And disturbances are less likely to knock you off your course. Extend your positive sphere of influence, right? It is something, like I said, it's something when hence why I brought up the Jewish community and other communities that understand it. It's something about when you can tap into that center and identify. And it's something also, okay, they said keep reading. Let go of fixed expectations and time frames. Try to be patient, flexible, adaptable, and open-minded. You are well on the way to arriving at your heart's desire. An invisible force gently pushes and pulls you towards your true center. Let go and let it flow. It has been a long journey, but the destination is so much closer than you think. Yeah, this is something, it's bringing it to culmination, to completion. Insight. The influence of this timeless, invisible force has been observed and studied by the greatest of minds since Aristotle, back then, ancients sought to explain gravitas in the 4th century BCE. Gravity draws planets to suns, moons to planets, and the life-giving atmosphere to our Earth. Within our complex galaxy, right? That's what it's talking about. It was on a more galactic. There are many centers of gravity. The same is true for all complex beings, you included. We come into this world with love at our center, but disturbances can knock us from our orbit. Remember, I kept saying the heart, the center of the heart, that throne, self-worth. Yeah. We come into this world with love at our center, but disturbances can knock us from our orbit. When this happens, our immediate center of gravity shifts and we can settle into orbit around all manner of people, values, and expectations. But love is the brightly burning sun at the true center of your world, and its invisible pull brings you ever closer to its glorious light. Yeah, love. That's it, beloved. That is it. The sun, this cloud is bringing you back to the center, your core, right? Who you truly are, your identity, your sense of self-worth, a radical self-acceptance, right? That is going to be life changing for you as a result. I mean, think about it. Okay, lastly, I'm thinking about that movie, Shallow Hal, but also the other one with Amy Schuller, I think it is, where she fell off the treadmill, and then when she bumped her head, she saw herself as like gorgeous. Everybody else still seeing her, but in her mind, when she looked in the mirror, she was just like a 10, drop dead gorgeous. That's the kind of effect, impact it's going to have on you. I'm excited. I want it. I receive it. I love you, beloved. I want to thank our guides. They said personalize it, don't play. My guides, my ancestors, divinity, for sharing such a beautiful message, for aligning the cosmos and the galaxy in such a beautiful way to create such beautiful healing and wonder, not just for some, but for all. Ashe, amen, and amen. Until next time, beloved.